Hi, it's Leslie, and I'm talking about Golden Bachelorette, and it's the overnight dates in glorious Tahiti, and they are all on a cruise ship. That would be Joan with her 3 available men that are left, and that's Guy, Pascal, and Chalk. Don't like Chalk.
This week, my biggest hope is that my heart and my head come together and that I pick the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with.
And this is my first question. Why do you have to pick this week? I mean, she says some of them are farther along than others. I mean, sometimes things take time and love has to grow. If someone's not like ready to say, I'm going to marry you tomorrow, suddenly they're no good. Like, you might be missing the perfect person that just might take a little bit longer. Joan, I don't know. I just think that's part of the show. It's like, oh, no. You have to pick one at the end. That's part of the deal. That's in the contract. Even if you're like thinking you could like grow with the other person, no, you got to pick somebody. We're just going to start right with Pascal. Even though he was the 3rd guy to go on the overnight date with Joan, you can tell he's a little freaked by this whole situation.
And I know that next week there is a proposal.
A proposal? Like, you just know it? Like, what happens if you're all not ready? Like, they don't even account for that. That makes no sense putting a time limit on this. But Pascal at least is being honest with himself. I guess he's had a romance in the past and he's just not emotionally ready.
My wall's still up and I'm got it. I'm scared. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready.
And then came the big blow for Joan. I knew it had to happen. I knew somebody had to be like, what happens, like, I'm just not into her. Like, everyone can't fall for everyone. It doesn't make sense. So I was like, there's got to be someone that's just not feeling her. Anyway.
And I just don't think I could get at the place where you want me to be.
Yep, she got the Dear Joan letter. But it's just crazy to me that he feels like this thing that he has to get to that place within the 6 to 8 weeks or he's no good. What happens if he got there in 3 to 4 months or 5 months or 6 months and he was actually the love of her life after her last husband? We'll never know. But I don't think he was feeling her. That's the bottom line. It just sounded like he just friend-zoned her. I mean, that was it. He just wasn't feeling it. Yeah, it is what it is. And, no girl wants to hear that.
I know what love is. I've experienced it. You've experienced it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not in love, and I just can't be there. I need that spark, and you just don't have it.
Oof, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. And Joan kind of made it sound like, oh, he just wasn't ready. No, he wasn't feeling it for you, honey. I mean, it is what it is, but, I was just amazed that it actually does happen. But, Joan now, of course, feels like shit, and she has to press on with the remaining 2. So there's Guy. He's, like, very cute, nice looking. To me, he's the best looking one out of Pascal maybe, but the ER doc. Smart, very nice. A little boring, though. But here's what Joan says about him.
I think, though, that he may be a little farther along in feelings than I am, so today is important. I could possibly catch up to him.
Yeah, hopefully, because, if I had to pick, I think I'd go with Guy for her, only because I don't like Chalk. Guy is just so friggin' whipped. I just hope she picks him, because I think he'd be the happiest. Yeah. And then there's Chalk, who's just like a cutthroat competitor here. I mean, he does not care. He wants his prize, and that is Joan. He's all in. And he is falling fast right after Guy.
I've asked you this before, and you've told me that you're crazy about her. Mm-hmm. What does that really mean? Oh, I'm in love with her.
Anyway, Joan had a great date with Guy, and I guess the magic is starting to happen between those two, because Joan says she's catching up to where Guy's at. So I guess she hasn't seen these guys since the hometown visits like 10, 11 days ago. I'm like, what were you doing all that time? Did they go home and regroup? Like, that's a lot of time in between, but kind of weird. But anyway, so she's missed them all, and they've missed her. But because Joan's a nice girl, she kind of sets them straight, because you don't want anybody to have any designs about what could be happening. So she sets them straight from the beginning.
I made a decision that when it comes to the physical part of that, like I'm not going to do that with 3 different people, so I'm not going to do it with anybody right now.
Yeah,
that's right, because Joan's a classy chick. She ain't going to do that. But the bottom line is, those doors closed. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. She could be telling us anything she wants, and But was Guy in Cloud Nine. He says intimacy was like incredible, even though there was nothing physical.
I absolutely feel like I got everything I needed. I got intimacy on an emotional level. It was a very good night.
So Guy seemed to do very well for his case to be Joan's pick. Next up, Chalk. They went buggy riding and Joan felt safe. And you know, it's all about feeling safe. At least for her it is. But Chalk has come to play. You know, he has come to play.
Two other guys, and they're good guys. Good competition, tough competition, as a guy, as a guy would say.
Yeah.
And he does not mince words, letting Joan know that he feels she should be with him.
Overconfident, but that's who I am. And I don't want to be cocky, but I felt that we were the right couple from day one.
Oh, and Joan says he makes her feel seen. And I've never heard that expression. It's just so comical to me. How do you not feel seen? I mean, you're right there. People see you. Like, what's the big deal? I don't know. But she feels seen by him. So that's a wonderful thing. I understand. So, yeah. But she gives him the same speech. Nothing physical here. You know, they make sure they say it out where everybody can hear it. You know, but we don't know what's going on behind those closed doors. Maybe we'll find out later in the reunion. But they of course had a glorious time, and Chalk's lips are sealed about what went on last night. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen. It's down to 2, but I follow this nonsense every week. So if you want to follow along, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next week. Bye.